In Oakhaven, the rich weren't just powerful. They were 11 feet tall. And if you were like Pip, 3 feet of so-called vermin, you didn't live in the city. You survived inside it. Every street was a canyon. Every curb was a cliff. And every time a highborn walked by, their boots hit the ground like falling boulders. No eye contact, no mercy. Just that slow, careless stride. That's the first horror of being tiny in a giant world. You're not dangerous. You're not important. You're just in the way. Pip lived in the dead spaces between shadows and walls, because that's where a little life can still hide. But even hiding wasn't safe. The highborn carried silver canes like weapons, not for walking, but for pinning pests to the ground like bugs. Then came the night in the crawl space. A single eye pressed to a crack in the floor. A finger slid through the wood, slow and patient, like it already knew he was there. And when the floor finally gave way, it wasn't violence. It was curiosity. That's worse, because the giant woman who found Pip didn't look angry. She looked fascinated, like he was a rare insect, or a watch she could take apart. She lifted him by the collar and called him a live-action piece for her gala. Think about that. Not a prisoner, not a person, a decoration. She put him on a silver pedestal under a glass dome, and suddenly Pip was no longer hiding from the world. He was on display in it. Around him, the highborn leaned in with their porcelain masks and thunder laughter, admiring him the way you'd admire a painting. A tiny heart, tiny lungs, tiny life. That's the real nightmare. Not being crushed. Being preserved. Kept small, on purpose. Because the cruelest cages aren't made of bars. They're made of someone else's need to feel bigger. And if they never let you grow, what exactly are they afraid of?